Jody, what is the significance and the implications of this executive order targeting WeChat?
Yeah, coming right after the executive order prohibiting U.S. residents from doing any business with TikTok or its Chinese owner ByteDance, it is fairly significant because it basically says that President Trump is sort of declaring war on these Chinese companies. He does not want to see them acting in the U.S. and prohibiting any transactions in the U.S. relating to WeChat is a large deal. WeChat obviously very, very widely used within China, and this would obviously really very much restrict whatever commerce it could do in the U.S., again, coming right after that order prohibiting U.S. residents from doing business with TikTok. Now, both of these are to take effect 45 days from now. That's an interesting time period because basically President Trump is seeking divestment of TikTok, the popular video app, and that would take it to that point. So sort of saying, hey, if we can get this sale done, then it won't be a problem. You can still go on your TikTok. But the question is, what about WeChat? And in both these cases, the White House is citing that they need to take aggressive action to protect national security. That was the language in both of the executive orders.
Yeah, Jody, David here. It does seem there's a little bit more detail, as you point out, on what happens and the sort of next steps for TikTok. It's still unclear, though, on the WeChat story. But back to TikTok, obviously the other part of this are these talks with Microsoft. How are those negotiations proceeding? And also with 3 other countries, of course. Does the executive order now complicate those talks or help those talks further?
Yeah, well, it looks like President Trump, David, in doing this, is trying to kind of put pressure on the sale of that app to try to get that deal done quicker by saying, hey, after 45 days, if you don't do this, people are not going to be able to use TikTok. Of course, just a week ago, it seems like longer, but just a week ago is when he announced that he might go ahead and ban, or that he was seriously considering banning TikTok in the U.S., which obviously then led to discussions last weekend about with Microsoft, which is in discussions to buy the app from ByteDance, that it then said they would aim to do it by September 15th. Now, there's a lot of hurdles, as we've been discussing in recent days, that doing a deal like this, a complicated deal, and it's not only to buy the app in the U.S., but also for Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, to do a deal like that in that short a time frame is difficult in and of itself. The Chinese government has, we've heard that they are not necessarily going to be particularly willing to see this happen. So there's that hurdle. Price might be a hurdle. We don't even know, what the pricing is at this point. And there's also some hurdles on the U.S. side. Some of the China hawks in President Trump's administration, including Peter Navarro, don't particularly want Microsoft necessarily to be the winner of this. They think that Microsoft has been too soft on China, and Microsoft, of course, has sold a lot of software to Chinese firms in the Chinese government. So there's all of those issues which, make you think that, well, if President Trump is serious about doing this in 45 days, if there's not a deal, you may have a ban before there's a sale.